Hey everyone, welcome back. This is episode 83, and again, like I said, I was not kidding. Dante and Eddie are here again.
Still, he won't let me leave.
Yes, he's
keeping me locked in
chained
here.
to my chair at my desk.
This is cruel and inhuman.
Don't tell anyone.
He sings in the shower. Somebody let me out. Call the police. Do something.
He's not leaving. We're rolling a few podcasts and scheduling these bitches out.
Oh, I just want to go home. Someone tell my family I love them.
He doesn't have a family.
I don't have a family.
Nobody loves him.
Nobody loves me. That's why I'm still a prisoner here. Nobody came looking.
How do you feel, Dante?
Wonderful.
Dante's fucking pissed.
He's so happy to fucking be here, buddy.
Yeah.
Nope. It's been a long day, and this is.
Did you tell them what happened earlier? Did you say
this is totally helping? No, it's cool.
Okay,
no, we
good.
didn't get into that.
All right. So Dante, why don't you kick us off, man? The first little bullet point.
So Nintendo sucks. Nintendo sucks.
And we can preface saying we all loved Nintendo, back in the day.
I feel like my record is pretty long and storied.
Yes.
I was a Nintendo kid.
Me too.
Grew up a Nintendo kid. I had every Nintendo console that we could afford, and then when I got older and had money, I bought all those consoles I didn't get to have. So
yeah,
I still haven't bought a GameCube.
Yeah, what?
That's your fault.
That's my fault. I still want a GameCube, but I haven't bought one yet.
Great fucking system, man. I love mine.
I have all the other ones, but
yeah. But no, we're here to talk down to Nintendo today, I guess.
I have a long and storied love affair with Nintendo.
As do I.
And this is in relationship to a new product.
Yeah, it's. I mean,
the
it's
SNES Classic.
Sure,
which they did not learn a goddamn thing from the NES Classic.
Well, here's I know. But
are you sure? Because they're sold out.
It's not about them learning. Yeah, they're sold out because they only sent out like 1,000 of them. Like they don't learn anything because they already know everything. They know what they're doing. They create this atmosphere of like the rare. They would rather, since they make so much money anyway, they would rather have these legendary products you can barely find, and the scalpers scoop them up.
Yeah,
like the goddamn pre-orders went up. They went live in the middle of the fucking night.
Yeah, that was shitty.
Like, you don't, like, all the retailers, like Walmart and Target and all, like, whoever had pre-orders, like, they went live in the middle of the night, like 2:30 in the morning, like, Central. I don't know exactly what time, because
that's still 1:30 in the morning.
Because I was fucking sleeping.
That's 2:30 in the morning Eastern.
Well, yeah, wherever. But, I mean, like, nobody knew. And so, like, the product isn't even, like, nobody has their hands on it, and the things are, you can already pre-order it on Amazon Marketplace and eBay for $300 to $400. Fuck you.
Yeah, no, seriously, it's what, $60? Is it?
I think it's 80. This one, because there's a lot more game. I think the NES Classic had like 21 games. This one has
because that one was like 50,
40
right?
or 60.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, that was only like $50.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've had a long history of doing this now.
Yeah, I honestly thought it was bullshit. When I heard that it was coming out, I'm like, I have zero interest to get that. I mean, SNES was one of my favorite.
It looks really cool,
consoles.
And it was one of my favorite because I like Dante. I had well, not actually just like him, but I had NES, I had SNES. I skipped the N64, but I went GameCube and like, so it's like I grew up playing them, and that little SNES thing looks really, really cool.
But we're not like butthurt because we're not able to get one.
No,
that's the thing.
No.
Even if I saw one in the store, I wouldn't buy it.
No, it's a really neat product, and I would buy one to support the idea of it being around. But because they're doing the exact same thing, they issue an apology like, sorry guys, we're going to build more.
We didn't know it was going to be popular.
Yeah, except they knew. They knew. The pre-orders flew, and like they know exactly what they're doing. And this is like the false economy bullshit they pull with the amiibos, where like some of them are more rare than others, and it drives up the price. And they like having that. They like having like rarer products that you can't, like it's just hard to find because they want to pull you in, and like they want to drive you to the frothiness.
Well,
So,
yeah,
I mean,
it keeps their product in your frontal lobe that you're constantly on
you
the
need to
lookout
find
for
it.
one.
yeah,
Exactly.
and
Like the NES Classic should have been a stocking stuffer. Like that should have been
Yeah.
something you could have found anywhere and
Mhm.
bought for anybody that you know that likes video games. And then the SNES Classic should be even more so.
I agree.
Yeah,
But
especially after the
and
disaster.
that
You-
lineup,
yeah.
like to give them credit because holy crap, that lineup is a murderer's row of great games.
Oh,
Oh
absolutely.
yeah,
It is like it's. I could, everybody could pick and choose like games that they love that they wish could have been on there, but that is a picture perfect snapshot of what the SNES was.
yeah. No, I'm on full on board with that.
Yeah, and that's what's so sad about it is that they don't really want you to have one. They want you to hunt hard for it.
Yeah.
They want you to, like you said, keep it on your frontal lobe. They want you to want it so bad you're damn near
And
rabid about
all
the
that
thing.
does is piss off stores. It pisses off customers. It pisses off like anybody that could have possibly wanted it. Like those poor store employees, like having to deal with, hey, do you guys have any classics, like over and over and over again for no damn reason.
Even like the older generation, like us, that grew up with the SNES, and maybe that wanted to have like the younger generation experience the SNES classics.
Yeah.
Can't, because you can't find one to show them. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
right.
play this.
I've got a
You
cousin.
know?
Yeah.
I have a cousin that's 18, and I would love for him to be able to, grab one of these things and play the hell out of that stuff.
Yeah.
But, why should he have to camp out at 5 o'clock in the morning at a Best Buy to get one?
Yeah,
No,
that's
that
not
is-
what gaming should
that's
be about,
bullshit, dude.
honestly.
Especially for something that's not.
Not
Excuse me.
new.
Yeah, it's not new
It's
hardware.
not the Nintendo Switch.
No.
This isn't a worldwide launch of a brand new console. This is a branded Raspberry Pi.
Yeah.
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 Really, it is. Yeah, that's been authorized. Along this line, I want to bring something up, Dante, because we always talk about how Nintendo's not learning from their mistakes, and how that they could learn so much from Sony and Microsoft, right? That they could be improving themselves as a company in regards to technology, their voice chat, their systems, just even the gaming. There's
Pretty much,
do you not
every
agree?
facet of their company.
Do you not agree?
No, just
Right.
the thought of them
Just
actually
when
evolving.
right.
Right? Yeah, but I'm just saying, like,
Plus, when
yeah,
somebody reads all that
It's-
out loud, you're like, oh yeah.
it sounds ludicrous, but it's actually like legit. Like they can learn a lot. Well, I want to share with you something that's fucking hilarious. That was published by Game Informer. Right? This is actually published by Game Informer
In the magazine
And-
or in the website?
The magazine. And it was called Steal This Idea in issue 289, and they asked readers, right, the opposite question that we just talked about, because we wish Nintendo would evolve and take cues from Nintendo and Microsoft. They feel the opposite. They said, we asked readers what characteristics Sony and Microsoft should copy from Nintendo. And they're like, respondents wrote in with several suggestions, if not more, but some more helpful than others. And I'm going to read 3, okay? And I want your reaction, all right? A couple of them are legit. First one is, I believe they should put more of an emphasis on couch co-op. In recent years, local multiplayer is becoming more and more of a rarity. While headsets do allow for communication, it's not the same as being next to each other on the couch. Although PlayStation and Xbox are ahead of Nintendo in many ways, designated offline modes are where Nintendo has the edge. Gabe Schreier.
I would have to wholeheartedly agree with Gabe.
Oh yeah.
Awful last name.
Yeah, I
Game,
yep.
whatever the fuck that is.
Yeah.
But no, that's
I agree
absolutely
too.
right.
I do agree. I think that's
Most fun I had playing multiplayer games is like somebody who's right in the room with me.
Now, while I think some of those games are coming via indie form, like Narwhal, like that game,
Yeah, that
and
kind of,
things of that nature, and Shapes and Beats, like that's a local couch
right.
co-op thing. I think they exist, and
You were the
they're
tails
coming.
to my Sonic earlier.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, right. I feel like it's just not main AAA platform games that are of that. But I agree with that comment. Right.
Yeah, obviously not everything has to have it, but it having the option for certain games and having some variety out there for party games, things like that on Sony on Xboxes, it would be a welcome addition, I think.
Yeah. All right, the next one is Nintendo has always been accessible to non-gamers, as seen with games that almost anyone can play, like Wii Sports. Microsoft tried to piggyback on the company's successes with the Kinect, and Sony with the Move controller, but Nintendo remains the champion of pick-up-and-play games. I believe that Sony and Microsoft should focus more energy on first-party casual games to entice a new market of players. Emily Lewis.
Shut the fuck up, Emily.
Fuck yeah. Shut your mouth.
Why? Why?
I agree.
So we want another batch of Wii Sports and
bullshit
Wii
titles.
Fit and Wii Play and
Just a bunch of like third-rate shovelware.
I feel like that comment just is shit because they have tried it. It failed.
Yeah, like
that's a significant investment.
I feel like it even failed on Nintendo's end. I mean, yeah, it did well at first, and then it got kitschy and old.
But that's total bullshit, because Sony did do that stuff. Like, they went out and did Buzz TV, they went out and did the Move controller, they went out and did
Jackbox
Little Big
games.
Planet and PlayStation All-Stars, and like all kinds, and Mod Nation Racing.
Mod Nation Racers, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
like
right,
that,
yeah.
they had games like that. They didn't sell well,
No,
or they
and so,
sucked,
yeah.
Yeah.
and you moved on. And
So
Xbox,
it's just that's not where you go for that.
yeah, and Xbox had even less of a job, even less of a good job of that with, like we said, the Kinect,
Yeah.
and like Viva Pinata, and
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
other
that's true.
bullshit.
Yeah.
That was accessible.
That Star Wars Dance Party Connect. I heard that was a real cool game,
Yeah,
dude.
all those just piss poor Kinect games. Like
yeah.
Sony and Microsoft don't need to do that crap. Like they just don't.
They've already been there. They've already done that.
Been there, done that. Didn't like it.
And it didn't help them at all. Like they try to take a page from them. That's just people just know to go to Nintendo for that because the brand recognition. Oh well, it's Nintendo. It's like you're not. Your grandma's not. Is your grandma going to buy a Wii or is your grandma going to buy a PlayStation 4? Oh, the Wii bowling, yeah.
If my grandma was alive and she wanted to play carnival games, I would break out my Wii from 2006 and she could play carnival games.
Yes.
Right. She's not going to want to do like Connect Sports, like Super Jet Ski Racing, or like anything like
Are they inventing new carnival games that they would need to make a sequel?
No.
No,
So
they're not.
shut the fuck up, Emily.
Emily,
Let's go.
No. Just no.
No. All right. And this is the last one.
Hold on.
What?
Just to back it up. I think it would be good if they had more family-oriented games, but not crappy casual bullshit.
All right, that I would agree on as well. That way you could sit down. That kind of ties into the first one, though, right? Couch co-op games that are family-friendly and fun, like,
Yeah.
All right. Let's go on to this third one here, because this is a good one. As a longtime Nintendo fan, the answer is simple. Sony and Microsoft should learn the savvy business move of the withholding stock of their products. My 5-month ordeal of calling stores daily for the NES Classic, only to find out it is now discontinued, has bolstered my level of faith and loyalty to Nintendo to a level where I would die for them. Grant Casilla. Do you want me to read that again to you?
One more time.
As a longtime Nintendo fan, the answer is simple. Sony and Microsoft should learn the savvy business move of withholding stock of their products.
Stop.
Stop. Okay.
Savvy.
You've heard it? Yeah, dude.
He used the word savvy. Okay.
Savvy or savage or ridiculous or fucking retarded.
He called him savvy.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. My 5-month ordeal of calling stores.
Yeah. It's an ordeal.
Repeat that whole sentence.
My 5-month ordeal of calling stores daily
for the Nintendo
the NES
Classic, right?
Classic.
$50 item, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Yep. Only to find out it is now discontinued.
Stop. Why is it discontinued?
Yes. And how is that savvy?
Well, it was discontinued because they were unaware of the demand for a console that was consistently sold out.
Yes.
Is that the end of his dumb fuck quote, or is there more?
No, there's more dumb fuckery to be had.
Continue.
All right, so it leaves off as find out it is now discontinued. Dash has bolstered my level of faith and loyalty to Nintendo to a level where I would die for them.
So he has Stockholm syndrome.
Apparently,
it basically does.
I can't make this shit up. I am not that good of a
here's
writer.
The thing. No, he's got to be fucking trolling. He's got to be, because nobody is that fucked up.
There are fucked up people, dude, and I feel like Nintendo is the place to find them.
I just want to apologize wholeheartedly and take it all back. What I just said about Emily, I'm really sorry. You are a level-headed, thoughtful Nintendo fan, and I'm really sorry.
Right? Even Gabe.
Grant,
right? I agree.
Go
Grant,
stand.
Please do us all a favor.
I'm gonna let him do it.
And just go take a leap off your Nintendo cross. It's gonna be okay. You don't have to carry the cross for them.
No.
They do it all themselves.
But that's exactly what they want, though. They want you to reach that level of just rabid,
undying fanaticism.
You don't have to be a martyr for $1 billion company. You don't have to act like this company needs to be treated with kid gloves.
Yeah.
They make billions with a B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And why do you have to be loyal? They don't pay for our loyalty.
No, in fact, you get treated like dog shit because the things you want, you can't have.
Yeah, they we're paying for their product. We have the right to say, hey, this is America, right? We have the right to say, we don't like what you're doing. Change it. We're the fans. You cater to us. We don't cater to you. But this guy's making it saying he loves the abuse.
Yeah.
Abuse me more.
At some point, I just understood that that Nintendo was no longer catering to me.
Yes.
Oh, exactly.
And I get that. That's totally fine.
Sure.
And I just, my tastes evolved and all that stuff. This dude eats, sleeps, and breathes Reggie's ball hair.
Yeah, yeah.
What is wrong with this dude? This can't be right. He's right. This probably can't even be real. And
I hope not, but I have heard similar things in other Nintendo forums online of people saying it's all about the Nintendo exclusivity, and it just makes them more and more infatuated with it because it's more rarer to collect.
If that's what he wants from his life and his gaming career, then Reggie's at the door. You just have yet to bend over for
ball
him.
fondling.
I'm gobsmacked at the amount of dumb fuckery in that.
Yeah, it's a stupidity.
Paragraph.
Yeah,
that's what it's got who would fucking say that?
If that's the type of fans that Nintendo is creating, then I'm not a Nintendo fan.
Well, that's the kind of rabid devotion they want to incite, because with all of this stuff, it's all the stuff you can't get. So it's but they want you so rabid about it, you will. They don't even care about the money.
I mean,
because they want you to spend $106 on that one of them Fire Emblem amiibos.
Yeah, and the thing is,
dude spent 5 months trying to get a Nintendo Classic, didn't get one, was discontinued, and he's happy.
Yeah, he's happy. He's like, thanks for rewarding me. You know what? If I ever do find one and pay $500 for it, it will be well worth it.
It'll be the crown jewel of my collection.
Yeah, because I have it and other people don't, and I'm the biggest Nintendo fan.
Yeah, enjoy the dark side.
Just Jesus Christ, man.
I wanted to be rude and say jump off a building, but I don't condone that.
Just fucking dumb.
Get out of just Earth.
Yeah.
Just get out.
I feel like, make your shit accessible. I love the art style, the stories, the games, the Nintendo stuff, but I'm sorry, if you can't make shit accessible and I can't purchase it for a fair price, then I don't want it.
Yeah, I'm not saying Mr. Grant Kosha here. I'm not saying he's a bad person. I say he's a bad person. Yeah, okay, all right, so fine.
Idiot.
He's a bad person. He's kind of stupid.
He's a bad person.
It's not his fault for liking what he likes.
It's his fault.
It's his fault Nintendo's doing this.
Well, yeah, well, he's
one of the people.
He's drinking the Kool-Aid, but the problem here is...
The Kool-Aid drank him.
The Kool-Aid drank him. Oh, yeah!
He took a sip and it just ate him.
But, it's the company. This is what they want to incite. I mean, like, they've had a long history of being assholes.
Can we just this isn't religion.
No,
This isn't sports. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like that fanboy bullshit. Like, never understood. It never understood it ever.
No.
Yeah. It's not savvy at all
about
either.
You.
No.
It's the same. It's the same way with sports. They don't care about you whatsoever. If I could stop rooting for the Dolphins and the Heat and the Marlins, I would, but I can't.
They don't give you money. You know.
I get the fanaticism of it. That's where the term comes from.
Right, and that's just when he does it about Nintendo.
Yeah.
But you're
fantasy football.
you're defending a $1 billion company for fucking you around for 5 months.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. May I have another?
I mean,
exactly.
Cool. I mean, the Dolphins have done that to me for 3 years, but whatever.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's fine. It'll all be fine. But no, that's like, I would much rather I'd much rather see, just to spite Nintendo, because I don't even want the fucking thing anymore. I don't like. I would have happily bought one, but I can't consciously support why they do what they do. I'd want to buy a Genesis one. Unfortunately, the ones that are available, and still even the one coming up, is not very good, because they're licensed out. Like, Sega licensed out the Genesis tech, like, before the Genesis was even done being manufactured. Like, they in '98, I guess Majesco started making Genesises. Genesis? Is that a thing?
I don't know.
But
I think it's like Genesis.
Genesis is. But no. So I mean, like, we have like third-party ones made by Chinese companies that, like, for example, that one that's about to come out, and they actually, like, they have a cool, like, thing about, like, the ones that we've already had, the Genesis ones. They have cartridge slots. That's neat, right? That's a neat thing.
I think it's cool.
I think it's rad. But they don't. I guess the emulation doesn't work very well. There's like sound issues, frame rate issues, but at least that's a thing that exists. And like even in the new one that's coming out, they're advertising like over 80 games, bro. 80 games. Wait. Some of them are Game Gear games, which is fine. If they're still Sega games, that's cool. Mm-hmm. So a couple of them are Master System games. All right, that's fine too. That's cool. Because the size of the collection is big enough to warrant, like, it pisses on the NES Classics like 21 games or something. But like 20 of them are just bullshit non-Sega games. Like there's chess, and then there's like just like other
backgammon.
Just other garbage like that has no business being on the unit.
Solitaire.
It's just because they want to bolster the numbers of the thing. But the games that are there are solid, except there's no Streets of Rage. There's no
that's
Sonic.
A weird omission.
Right.
Yeah, that's a Sega classic.
There's no Sonic 3. Probably, I don't know.
Couldn't get the licensing for that one.
Maybe not. Maybe it has to do with Michael Jackson, since he was partially responsible for the soundtrack of that game.
Really?
Yeah. You don't know that?
No, I did not know that.
Oh,
I thought you were totally kidding.
No. He was a big Sega fan. He helped.
Is that what they came up with?
No. But he can't. A lot. There's a whole video.
Didn't they
on
make
YouTube.
a Michael Jackson Sega game?
Yeah,
Moonwalker. That actually they came out very early in the Genesis.
Yeah, I remember that game. That was actually pretty fun.
But no, it's I would love to see. But anyway, there's a YouTube video that shows how Michael Jackson was involved in Sonic 3. Check it out. We might try to find it.
I'll look
link
for
to
it and post it in here.
But no, I would like to see Sega actually make one of these things. They know how to do it, and they can put all the things that need to be on there. Like Beyond Oasis isn't on this one that AT Games makes, which was like the closest thing the Genesis had to like Legend of Zelda.
Yes.
There's a lot of other games that were like omitted, but it does have like a lot of solid hits.
Like Phantasy Star 4 and all those games.
So just to stick it to them, I'd like to see Sega come out with a real good one. Oh yeah, cool
Yeah,
spot.
that's
Earthworm Jim. Give
Yes.
me one with fucking Earthworm Jim.
1 and 2.
What, sure, I'll buy that all day.
Yeah.
Because it's just I can't get over the way like Nintendo continues to do it. They claim shortages, and they've been doing this since the Wii.
Yeah, I doubt it. It's
Like,
unacceptable.
listen, I know the Wii. I know the Wii. The original Wii was a goddamn juggernaut, and yeah, I do believe that thing was hard to keep up production numbers. But from every console launch and everything else they've done since then, it still leads me to believe that there could have been more Wiis in circulation. That like parents weren't like pulling their hair out trying to find one for their fucking kids. But I mean, like they've done all kinds of. There's stories going around, and I'm not sure about the the veracity of these claims, but you have people who like were like third-party developers on the NES used to be charged like 2 to 3 times what the cartridges would cost to create. Namco had a big falling out with Nintendo, I guess, back in the 80s over how much they were getting squeezed for just to make a game. Because when you made a Nintendo game, you can't make it for anyone else for a year. That's forced exclusivity.
Well, yeah, and then you were only allowed a certain amount of releases per year as well. So you had
per
all
year?
those companies creating shell companies and then releasing more games that way.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
That makes sense why they were diluted with different company
like I was
names.
telling you and Mike earlier, like the Tomb Raider thing, the Rise of the Tomb Raider probably cost Microsoft millions of dollars to get that exclusive for one whole year, and that used to just be in the Nintendo contract. Just so
Just
it's
as
like
default. And if you don't like it, you don't do business with Nintendo.
And I could be very, very wrong, but I think the Namco falling out had something to do with Splatterhouse. That's maybe why it ended up on TurboGrafx 16. But I do remember Nintendo had a very strict non-violence thing. Like they wouldn't have.
Yeah, that game was all about murder.
Yeah, that game. That game was nasty. It was very, very gory. It's cool
very
though.
violent. It never wound up on Nintendo, I don't believe.
No, and then obviously the sequels headed to the Sega Genesis because
Sega CD too, right? Sega CD.
No, I don't think so.
I thought it did, but at least it was on Sega Genesis. I know that.
Yeah,
for a
2 and
fact.
3 came out on the Genesis. They were great, but yeah, I mean, for a company that even in 1991, there was a whole big thing. Like a lot of American retailers were like looking at them for price gouging, or not price gouging, price fixing.
Yeah, well, you'd
And,
monopolize that price.
Yeah,
and,
well, for example,
100% across the board.
it's another one of those things where they didn't learn their lesson because they were investigated by the Federal Trade Commission and the Department of Justice.
Which is a big deal.
Several American retailers were complaining that Nintendo would not let them change the prices of their products.
The DOJ and the FTC, those are just like small little government nonsense groups.
Yeah, no, they're
they have no teeth, right?
Oh yeah,
right. It's they're no bigger than the lemonade stand across the street from your house.
Yeah.
So they come sniffing around and they didn't get punished or anything. They didn't. They got. I believe they were, and this went before a lot of courts in 1991, and they reached a settlement with Nintendo. They didn't have to admit any wrongdoing, but they were required to cease any more price fixing and advise dealers that they were free to set their own prices. However, they were required to pay $5 million, almost $5 million, to the 39 states that were party to the price fixing dispute. But they had to issue $25 million in $5 coupons for that could be used for NES games. Yeah. So to make a shitload more money,
and that was
and have that be the punishment is to just you can only use this on the NES game.
And back then the games were still $50.
The games, yeah, they were still $50 to $60 for a cartridge. That shit was expensive.
Yeah.
And so they were basically just let off with a slap on the wrist. And so this price fixing shit, they still do it. Yeah. They still do it.
Yeah, Nintendo games are notoriously the slowest to drop in price.
Because they don't.
Because Nintendo has to agree on the dropped price.
Well, yeah. That's what I was going to say. For example, even I remember. I don't know if this is still the case. I should have probably checked on it. But I remember how long Mario 64 DS even well into the life of the 3DS, the successor system was still, like, Mario 64 DS was still $34.99. Still maximum price. Still list price from when the game was released. Or, I don't know, actually, that might have been... Okay, so it went down $5 in, like, 8 years.
Yeah, like even Pikmin on the Wii U didn't drop to $20 until less than a year ago. The game
and nobody bought the fucking Wii U.
Yeah.
Nobody cared about the Wii U. So, like, and plus America doesn't really care about Pikmin, mostly. I know.
Does.
I'm not talking shit, Dante.
Dante does.
I'm saying the previous Pikmin title sold about what,
8
70,000.
2 of them are to me.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you poor guy.
I like Pikmin. I think they're awesome.
Yeah, well, it's not a terrible game by any means. It's just it's largely ignored in America. But I mean, like that's the resources that they use for games like that. What?
For resourcing.
For maximum resourcing. No, so I mean, like, this is a company that's just long been dicking people around, and they love. I mean, well, I don't want to use terminology like they love to get dicked. That's
No, they love to do the dick.
No, they don't. They're not getting dicked. They're dicking.
We're getting dicked.
Yeah, we're getting dicked,
and we're not loving it.
No, so it's like I'm just, right now it's, what sucks is that I wouldn't give 2 shits about this whole thing, except that I do like Nintendo.
Yeah, no, I feel like that's why we're hurt.
I really want to play that Mario Rabbids game. I really want to play Odyssey. I really want to play, of course, Metroid.
Well, yeah.
And like a lot of the stuff that they put out on the Switch so far looks good, but I'm not about to go get one yet. I saw one in a store the other day for the first time. Didn't buy it.
Really?
Yep. Just walked into was with the fiance at a Target, and they had one, and she asked me if I wanted it, and I was like, nope.
No thanks.
That's awesome. Good for you.
Yeah, she was quite surprised.
So, did you already talk about why the Genesis is awesome, Eddie?
Because it fucking is. So
good explanation.
It is. I never had one growing up. Unlike Dante, you lucky fuck. No. I actually I do have, like, I used to play one. I had a relative that used to, I used to hang out with in the summers growing up because my parents were working, and her kids had a Genesis, so that was like and the nice big, like, Model 1 Genesis, the big bastard. And boy, I tell you what, man, because all I had at the time was an NES.
Me too.
So going over there is like, that's a real arcade experience. Then when they ended up getting, like, Altered Beast.
Oh gosh, yes.
And, like, just all kinds of shit
Aladdin.
after that. Aladdin. I played over there. I played my first time playing Earthworm Jim was over there.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't even want to touch this fucking Nintendo anymore. Like, I want one of these, and I never got one.
I never got one either. My neighbor had it, so that's why.
And so I fell in love with Genesis, and I never was able to get my hands on one. I still made a conscious decision to get the Super Nintendo because I was like, oh, Mario, and look how pretty.
I mean, it's not like you were out there in the doldrums with an SNES.
No. I was very, I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was very privileged to own both systems, but I still wanted a Sega. No, but I ended up like buying one used a couple or just years later. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I ended up going to Dante. I forget the terms of that deal, but I feel like it was worth it.
They hugged a lot.
It's a closed docket.
Yeah. I don't think we'll revisit that anytime soon. We'll just let that one lie. But no. So I'm in the market for, like, another Genesis. I didn't know if I wanted to, like, see if I could open up a Model 1 and put it, like, a Raspberry Pi in there too. But I want it to still work as a Genesis because I fucking love it. But, like, I'm finding out, like, there's so many different kinds of chipsets that are in the Models 1 and 2, and just trying to find out what is the best. And apparently the most expensive iteration of the hardware was the one that the launch system The very first iteration of the version 1 console.
The saying first is the worst does not apply in this.
No. Apparently, for sound fidelity and graphics, I guess you're supposed to get the very first, the launch Genesis, the one that around the ring on the dome, it says high definition graphics.
That has TMSS.
And it says TMSS. Hey man, at the time that was high definition as fuck. You don't.
Yeah. It was.
Yeah. Why? Who are you to laugh at that?
I mean, and there's a couple ways that you can figure it out. Whether you have one or not.
Like what, Mike?
If you turn the system on, it will literally come up with produced by or under license from Sega Enterprises Ltd. That's number one. If it doesn't have that, you don't have one. Also, flip it over and the FCC ID on the back. If it's a 10-digit number, letters and numbers, and it says USA Sega on there, and it's only 10 across the board, you have one. If it's more than that, then you don't have one. You have like a V2 or higher.
Oh, okay.
So,
all right, that's cool. So if anyone out there, I know like there's like 5 or 6 of you guys listening right now. If any one of you guys has one of these Genesis, and you don't like give a shit about it,
Eddie Breaker.
Yeah, get at me at Eddie Breaker. As long as it's not all like beat to shit, I would love to buy it from you.
That's a legitimate thing too, like for real.
Yeah,
for real, do it.
Please, someone give me a fucking Genesis, please.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway, desperation aside. I want to play Sonic. But
for realsies.
You can play Sonic on everything you want.
I can play. I have Sonic on my phone.
On a true Genesis system.
But I don't want to play Sonic and Sonic 2 on my smudgy piece of shit phone screen. You're not a piece of shit. I'm sorry, Galaxy. You're fine. But yeah, no, touchscreen controls don't do it justice.
Yeah.
So, hi Dante, how you doing, man?
So, yeah, no, we're not doing that. Yeah. To the last segment of the podcast, the shows, right?
Yes.
Shows.
Sure.
Another Netflix one we'll talk about. We talked about Marvel Defenders last podcast. This one, Castlevania.
Yeah.
Oh, frame of reference. All 3 of us were inebriated while we were watching this.
We were all drunk. All separate occasions. We weren't like watching it together. We just all happened to watch it when we were drunk.
Yes. It would have been better if we were drinking together. That'd be more fun.
Yeah.
But we weren't.
Well, yeah, we'll go with that. That's fine, I guess. No, I thought it was real cool. For an animated adaptation of Castlevania 3, which was probably one of the coolest NES games of the time, I very much liked the characterization. The thing is, they didn't have enough time, but they had enough. They did enough with what they had to like set everything up, and plus having Baltar from Galactica as Alucard's dog. No, there were there's frame issue, or there's like missing frames in the animation, because animation is expensive. The way they wanted to do this was really, really expensive, and they only had 4 episodes, and
it was beautiful though.
It was very nicely drawn, just not well animated.
I thought the acting was good.
The acting was good. Acting was very good.
Voice acting was good.
Yeah, voice acting was
and the story
terrific. Was it Thorin Oakenshield doing Trevor Belmont?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So like, that's really, really cool. They got real people to do these voices. But like I said, like if it was a timing issue over budget issue, I would have gladly waited like another 8 months to a year just to get like an 8 or 9 episode season out of this.
More.
But right, yeah. But I mean, I do understand what a gamble something like that is for Netflix, and the fact that like they're consistent in trying stuff like that. Just like, how did they know like Stranger Things was going to be like the runaway hit that it was?
They didn't.
They didn't.
They had no idea.
But they gave them, like they're up for trying stuff that's different, and that's a platform that like should be rewarded for taking these risks on stuff like Castlevania. So I even if I I don't know if even if I didn't like it that much, I still think I would have upvoted the shit out of it.
I honestly, it was a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, it was great.
I was very surprised. I'm like, damn, this is good.
But like, I plowed through. I plowed through it. Plowed.
Yes.
While I was plowed. No, and I
What?
plowed, hammered.
Oh, yeah.
Hammered drunk.
Okay.
But no, I plowed through it in under 2 hours. And I'm like, this is not enough.
Yeah, it was definitely a tease.
Yeah,
It was definitely a tease.
I definitely wanted
it's
more.
Not like Castlevania's got these incredibly intricate, crazy storylines and everything like that. But
so you feel like they could have wrapped up like Castlevania 3 in like 10 episodes?
yeah, I mean, what they did was great. I mean, what they did was really good. They gave you a taste of hopefully more to come, just because obviously there's more to the game. There's more to the game.
There's a lot more. Yeah.
I feel like they could make it as detailed and intricate as they want, or dial back if they want. That's the thing about this world; it's very detailed. Like it lends itself to have a lot of lore and a lot of really cool things to happen with all the games that have been out.
Also, this was executive produced by I don't know how you say his name, Adi, like Shankar, the guy, one of the major producers of the Dread film that we got in 2012.
Oh yeah.
And he's done lots of other stuff. Like he's got a really cool like YouTube channel. I think he did that Punisher short that with Thomas Jane, that Dirty Laundry.
Did he really?
Yeah. And he did that R-rated Power Rangers thing.
Oh, that's cool. I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. So like he's
he's great.
Yeah, he's really great. So like I want to see this do well. Like I really hope he gets to, and maybe there was a point to the 4-episode tease. He wanted to see if people, maybe he was pulling a little bit of a Nintendo. Hey, like
Respond.
we want to work you up into a rabid frenzy about this.
Or you have to wait 5 months to get another episode.
Right.
Even longer.
No, I feel like they would.
Oh, did you want more? It's like, well, they were going to give us the money, but I just decided I didn't want to make any more.
We didn't think you would like this. You want another episode?
No one told us this was going to be successful, so we just stopped.
Yeah, they actually had the start of story.
Then why'd you start making it?
2 episodes and then just stop in the middle of the story.
Yeah.
You never know what happens.
The last episode was
ever.
like 6 minutes.
Right.
Oh, shit.
But we'll love them even more.
Yeah. But no, I very much. I know. It's
savvy.
Yeah, it's very super savvy. Bringing it back. But no, how they started it. They didn't even introduce Trevor until this episode 2, because they actually took the time to set up Dracula and his marriage to Lisa. Like, they don't have a lot of time.
Yeah.
So it's like to set it up properly enough to where you understand this character's motivations and stuff. Like, you don't really watch the whole whirlwind romance between Lisa and the undead guy with a floating castle.
Although I wish we did see a little bit more of that, but I don't know.
You just wanted the naughty bits.
Yeah. No, but no. Yeah. But I thought that they could.
Cold
That is like wait.
Cold dick.
But I was like saying, I don't know about you guys, but when I was watching it, I was kind of rooting for Dracula. I was like, kill them all.
Well, yeah. Well, it's like
they're assholes. Like they killed your wife.
Well, yeah.
She's
it's
not
like
a witch.
Not all the people, but those church guys got to go. They
need to die.
They got to go.
They're awful. But I didn't feel bad for them when they started unleashing demons in the world.
They killed his wife for no reason.
Yeah, literally for no reason.
She's a witch, man. She got to go.
It's because she's a doctor? Come on, man.
Because she sciences? No. We'll have none of this.
No. Yeah.
Take her and burn her. You consort with cold penis?
They did. Sort it now.
Cold dick. Get her out of here.
But I'm gonna keep doing keeping my eye out, looking for snippets of if we're gonna get more of those episodes.
Absolutely, me too. Yeah.
Because that will be very welcome.
I hope it hasn't been announced already, and we just don't know it, because then we'll look really dumb.
Yeah.
But I'm no stranger to looking dumb.
Same here.
Just ask these guys.
Yeah. So I think that adjourns it. That's it.
Mike, can I please go the fuck outside?
Yeah, we're gonna end it.
I mean, take these cuffs off, man. This is bullshit.
Maybe. If you say bye very nicely to everybody, I will unlock you from my desk. Say it.
Say it!
Say it.
You bet. No. All right. This has been me from this place, but fuck it. All right. Yeah. All right. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Undisclosed location.
From undisclosed location.
Yeah. From the bunker.
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. For
Have a
real,
good one,
though.
guys.
Hopefully-
Thanks for listening.
Hope you enjoy this. We'll have more for you soon. All right.
Someone give me a Genesis, please. Please.
Take care.
Bye.
Hey, fuck you, Grant.